Hello there, my name is Ibu Akinyemi, and this video is an introduction to Informatica's UMCache product. We will be using UMCache 5122, which is an emergency bug fix on top of UMCache 512. In this video, we'll have an overview where we talk about the UMCache modules and the API. This presumes a basic ultra messaging streaming messaging knowledge. We will talk about some of the applications that come with the cache, look at the structure of the UMCache XML configuration file, and then preview and run some examples. The UMCache extends ultra messaging to support message archival and replay using a modular framework. There are 5 types of modules. There's a reception module that enables the UMCache to receive message data, a storage module that determines how those messages are stored, a processing module that adds additional processing logic optionally, and an indexing module that adds options for indexing, a command and control module that processes and processing requests from clients. Now, here is a graphical illustration of that. So you can see clients requests coming to the command and control module, and messages coming to the reception module. They get processed if you add the processing logic, and you have indexing and storage modules that can also access that data, because the storage module can also add this to disk. So there are several applications that come with the cache, and we'll talk about this later, but these are modules that come with the cache. There's a reception module that has a receiver or a wildcard receiver, and this one does the hot failover reception. The UMC disk is applied to the storage and indexing module, and that's what comes prepackaged with the cache. The processing, we have several processing modules. There's a last value cache and a snapshot sync processing module. And we have a command and control module, the LBCNC, that processes requests from the UMC request using the UMC request library. The C API used by UMCache can be categorized into 3 libraries. The module API consists of entry points that UMCache calls to have modules execute some operation, and also functions used by modules to have UMCache perform some action for it. There's a request library API that provides an API for applications to send requests to the cache and handle responses. And the session API is used to manage cache replay requests. Please look at the UMCache module API and library API, and also all the API documentation for more details. Several applications are bundled with the UMCache, and the needed modules to implement the applications have been listed. The archive and replay application archives specific topics and initiates replay upon request. Of special mention is the live replay, which republishes data to other UM applications. The UMC republish module can be used for live replay efficiency when there are a large number of topics. The last value cache caches the last values of UMS self-describing messages upon client's request. And the snapshot sync cache also maintains a snapshot of messages that a new UMS receiver can use to automatically synchronize to data. Client commands are sent to the command and control module using the UMC request application. Bear with me, we're almost done with the theory. This is the XML Preview section. There are 4 sections, major sections of the UMCache XML configuration file. There's a daemon section that contains basic configuration items. The modules section specifies all the modules used by the cache. And please note in this section that the path name has to be specified, which is critical for loading the correct module libraries. I make it bold because I've been burned by this. There's an archive section that contains configuration information to organize reception, processing, and storage. There are 3 sub sections within the archives that could specify the modules that will be used by the particular archive. Again, that's the reception, processing, indexing, and storage models. There's an attributes section where you can specify attributes for that archive, and also a topics section that specifies the topics the archive will receive and process. The request handlers section specifies how the cache receives and handles requests. The module section specifies the command and control module used by the request handler. An attributes section for the request handler, and also a command section that queues commands to the command and control module after configuration is complete. Okay. Now we're going to preview and run the examples. Basically, we're running the examples that come with the cache documentation. We'll demonstrate archive and replay. We'll replay by topic. We'll list and replay a topic in cache at twice the speed. We'll replay by streaming, some specified message IDs, and also use the republish model. We'll do the last value cache, where we'll dump some of the fields in an SDN message, and also take a snapshot from a new receiver snapshot, and also synchronize with as the source is sending data. And we'll use our sample applications and consent configuration files. I'm going to be using a 64-bit VM, 64-bit Linux VM. And first we're going to demonstrate replay by topic. Now let's look at the demo.xml file that we're going to use to replay by topic. So the daemon section specifies the logs and page files, and also a web monitor. The critical module file has the path, and specifies reception, storage, sense, and index models. The archive section also specifies the reception, storage, and index models, and the request handler specifies the command and control model. It also logs queries. Okay, so we're going to use, this is my cheat sheet. I'm going to bring up the UMCache. It's running. We're just going to send a source using LBM source. Send a on the AB topic. Let's see. It's connected to the cache. And now we're going to ask the cache for what it has in store. There you go. Now it listed the timestamp and some other data, and that's what we're going to need. So we're going to use the UMC request to replay using the timestamp, and all this is specified in the document. I believe that's in seconds and milliseconds. And timestamp. And we're going to play at twice the speed, so we're going to add an additional speed is equals to 2x at the end of that replay request. There you go. It's playing playing back the messages from the cache at twice the speed it was sent. It was spent. We were sending a message every second using this -p command. Okay. Now we're going to demonstrate the replay by stream. And this time we're just going to use the stream ID to replay that. Stream ID. And we're going to do this from message ID 0 to message ID 9. And there we go. Next, we're going to demonstrate republishing using the UMC republish model. And I'm just going to see. Let's take a quick look at the model. And so we have the hot failover module and the reception module listed. Also, we have processing and index module of the publish. Notice there's no storage module. And we have two archives. The first one basically is for the regular reception module, and the second one for the hot failover reception module. And we specified some topics here, and also specified some attributes. Use a configuration file, and some source and activity timeout. I think that's all that's interesting here. Get back my cheat sheet and bring up, run that XML file. Before I do that, let's look at the configuration files. So all it does is we're going to republish on a resolver multicast address of 226 and using LBTRM, and we're also going to modify our request TCP ports. The reason is because I'm on the same VM, and the default port range is going to be taken up by all the contacts that have been created on the VM. And the second one is just modifying that request TCP port range. So I'm going to start my source, and I'm sending on that topic, and I'm going to receive on the multicast address. There you go. So we have a TCP source, and the cache is publishing it on an LBTRM transport. Now we're going to take a quick look at the LVC module. And, it's not much here. These are the modules specified. Still using the command and control module. Bring back my cheat sheet. We're going to use Java because Java is able to, our Java samples can send SDM messages. I'm going to do a request for those for what has been sent to the cache. There it is. It's a bit ugly, so we're going to just inject some character returns into the output, so it's a bit more legible. You can see all this have been sent by the SD. This was the last values that were sent. Sequence number is 99. Lastly, we'll look at snapshot sync. And this is the XML. And we're going to be sending on this wildcard receiver pattern. Back to my cheat sheet. Well, let's look at the configuration files first. Now, we have to specify the UMCache module for the receiver, and I'm going to bring up my UMCache daemon, and we're going to send some Java. Now I have some special, a modified version of the LBM source that's send different messages. Here's my receiver. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So we can see that there are different sizes being shown here. There's a 133 byte, 340 byte. But the first one should be the aggregate, and it's 367 bytes. And it also has 13 fields compared to the 5 fields and 12 fields that each of the different sources were sending. And this is what it looks like when the sources are stopped. You can see the snapshot. Well, that is the cache in summary. Please, for reference, look at the cache documentation. There's also some more data available in the marketplace. Just to go to this website and search for UMCache. And that's it. Thank you very much. We'd love to hear from you at supportvideos@ifmeta.com